SEC showdown. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And here's the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Kentucky's offense will go on the attack first. And guys, we talk about how tight ends are a quarterback's best friend. Boy, this guy may take friendship to a whole nother level.
Yeah, it's so nice to have a guy that the size, the athletic ability, and here's why it's always so good. Jesse, what do you want to do, man? Put a linebacker on him, put a safety on him. Nowadays, these guys can win, and it just really makes offense so much easier to run, and it goes pretty smooth.
Yeah, you're right. This guy is a matchup nightmare. It seems like every week defensive coordinators go in, and they don't respect his athleticism, and it ends up burning them. They're going to find out the hard way today. If they try to play him and match him up with linebackers and safeties, this dude makes defenses look safe.
As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on 3rd down here. Quarterback making adjustments. Dropping back, it's Hardy. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. A quick 3 and out, and they're already giving up the ball. Fair catch is called for in the midst of all this rain. Concentrate on one thing. Make the catch. The Gamecocks offense will go to work for the first time. And what a performance. An aerial show from this guy in the last game. And he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out. Just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Makes the catch. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. The Gamecocks send out the punt unit. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
It's caught. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react in plays. So this can certainly open things up later on.
And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Really nice job on 3rd down by this offense. This offense has struggled on 3rd downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it 3rd and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw, it's Hardy. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Here comes Kentucky after picking up that first down. Leaves it with the back. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Looking to fire. Using his legs to buy some time. Just couldn't find a hole in this defense. They were ready for him and forced him out of bounds and no gain on the play.
And absolutely nothing doing there on the quarterback run. Defense takes all the gaps away. They use their speed to force him to the sidelines. He didn't even gain any yards, guys, before going out of bounds.
Third and long, and they'll need to get it close to the goal line to convert. Oh, they're after him. And they can't make the play on third down. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. He slides that just inside the right upright. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He unleashes a long one. Makes the grab on the right. The sophomore making a big play and hauling in that pass. One big play and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. He'll do it himself. Breaks into the open. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. And the Gamecocks come to the line in the hurry-up. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Motion from the wide receiver. The inside handoff. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. And the field goal unit is on the field. And the holder will spot it on the 14 for a 24-yard attempt. Good, right down the boulevard. And the 3-ball gives us a tie. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Slips through the line. He's got an alley. He's going to get loose. He will score. Touchdown, Wildcats. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They'll start this drive down by a touchdown, trailing 10-3. Thompson wants to throw. Under fire. He makes the catch, but the officials right on top of it, signaling out of bounds. Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? They'll throw again after the incompletion. Quickly to the tight end. There he goes. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Really want to try to pick up at least half of the yardage needed on 1st and 10. Oh, the sweet spin, and he's free. He was off to the races, and maybe another step or two, and he would have scored, but they get him at the
Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
Hard running there. Dropped after a pickup of 4 down to the 16. After the productive first down play at 2nd and 6. Using his legs, it's Thomas. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Offense breaks the huddle. It's 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. That'll bring him to within 4. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
No love lost between teams anytime they square off inside the Big Ten. Here's one that's just gone final. Michigan State made it look easy, but I promise you, there is nothing easy about a double-digit road win. And a victory like this only confirms there is something special brewing with these Spartans. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the Big Ten standings as this one does, gentlemen.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
Well, on that incompletion, the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on 3rd down. Rushes on him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Kentucky will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They've had a couple of drives bogged down, had to settle for field goals, and now they'll try to get it into the end zone this time. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
The Gamecocks come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Takes the handoff. It's Allen. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Rides to back and leaves it. Stop just inside the 25. Will mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and the 1st down. And the Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll run it from the gun. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He leaves it with his back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Down to 2 minutes to play, we'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over, a chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. Here comes a 3rd down situation, and the defense hasn't been able to slow them down. Thompson to throw. Fires to the wideout. Incomplete. He threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back. And this kicker has had a busy night. The field goal unit is out there for the 3rd time. Smashes it between the uprights. That brings them to within 1. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Snagged in the middle, it's Velasquez. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. The Wildcats with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Pocket breaking down. Snagged out of the air. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. Offense set on 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the middle. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down.
You know the saying, no risk it, no biscuit. If you want big plays on offense, you've got to be able to take shots. They didn't hit that one, but moving ahead in the second half, expect this offense to keep dialing them up.
Offside, defense.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me.
And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Back to pass, it's Hardy. Here's the pressure. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
And there's not very many offensive plays that are going to be successful. If you can rush 3 guys and still get to the quarterback, it's not a good sign for this offensive line.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. Quickly complete. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Complete. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. Kentucky right back to the line. Wants to throw on 3rd. Finds his tight end. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Looking to throw on 1st down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Steps away to find some room. He'll pull it down. What a nice job by the defense stringing that out and forcing him out of bounds. He got nothing. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. As the rooster crows, they are getting cocky and cockier on 3rd down here. Unleashes one deep. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. No good. And guys, after the miss, the lead is still 1. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Men, It is hard to beat Columbia when that town is buzzing as it is today.
Kentucky will boot it deep to get the second half underway. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. He was looking for some running. Not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Not a lot of scoreboard fireworks from these guys in the first half, but they've got a chance here after making some halftime adjustments.
Yeah, and remember, it just takes one play to kick the door open, and all of a sudden there's a lot more confidence again. So which guy on this offense can hit the big home run and break this thing open?
Well, and the good thing is it's such a low-scoring game. I'm still very much in this. I can be who I am, make a few tweaks, make a few adjustments, and get this offense rolling.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Thompson wants to throw. It's complete. Stopped right at the 24-yard line, and that's short of the line to gain. It'll be 4th down. The Gamecocks will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and take it back. A little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll... him at the 47-yard line. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Shoots it to the left. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Plenty of distance between him and the sticks here on second down. From the gun, the running back has it. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage, no gain on the play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Here comes the heat. Firing to the right, complete. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. Kentucky. At it with a fresh set of downs. Power football with the run. Nice move there. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. This Kentucky offense really moving the ball quickly. Handoff from the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Now the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. And they make the connection, and he's got it at the 10-yard line, set up with a red zone opportunity. And the Wildcats trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Kentucky.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Man, those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get over.
Catch in the middle. It's Cook. They'll stop him at the 24, and that brings up 4th down. And the Gamecocks line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Fair catch is called for in the midst of all this rain. Just concentrate on one thing, making the catch. They'll start this drive at their own 48. The give to the back. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Makes the grab. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Looking downfield, it's Hardy. Makes the grab over the middle. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Maybe a tad out of field goal range and way too close to punt it. Kind of in no man's land, so they'll go for it on 4th down. He might want another play. Throws to the tight end. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. The give on the option. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Gamecocks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Handoff from the shotgun. He breaks a tackle, creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. It falls incomplete, and that'll be the final play of the period. We've reached the break, and Kentucky is on top. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3. the Gamecocks will punt this one away. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
And if you'd have told this defense that they stuffed this great running back today, they'd have taken it. They'd have been happy. But the offense has still put up production, and they're still in the lead, trying to find a way to finish this one off.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure right now on this down if you're on offense because your last 2 plays have gone nowhere. You know the defense just needs to get the football back to give their team an opportunity to go win the game, so you're probably going to have to throw to get this first down. A lot of pressure here on the quarterback, Dave.
Yeah, and how I throw, I think, is important. This is a time where I love moving my quarterback outside the pocket, making it an easy throw, or let him...
Oh, he's got some space. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
He makes a grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Kentucky. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. James Madison went scorched earth in a double-digit win that might have been worse had they not sat the starters there in that 4th quarter. Total destruction by the Dukes. Never a dull moment when it comes to football in the Fun Belt, and that certainly held true again today.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Thompson to throw. He's got his man, makes the grab, and they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. The Gamecocks want to crank the tempo.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. Now from inside the red zone. Going for 6. It's incomplete and nearly intercepted in the end zone. You get the ball that close, you cannot put it in harm's way. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Wants to throw again. He's got it on the move. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. And that one is picked up in the end zone.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Finds a crease at the 20. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fakes to grab. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Wildcats with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The defense burns their 3rd and final timeout of the half. Looking to pass. It's Hardy. Got his man. And he'll get behind those pads and deliver the blow and get it down to the 44. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Wildcats can really attack on this 2nd and short. Got him downfield. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the 4th quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. Got it! Touchdown, Wildcats! And the punishment has been extended. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. To the air on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Throwing right. The screen. He's got wheels. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening. Thompson wants to throw. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Here's the Heat. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Trying to take it back. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. And they'll take a knee and watch this clock keep on winding its way toward a victory. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There were some matchups on the field they thought they could exploit. We saw that happen.
No doubt. Good job by this coaching staff, understanding who's out there to make plays, feeding them the football, offense, defense.